Bare necessity, but simple bare necessity. Bare necessity, but simple bare necessity.
Hey there, it's Brie Bear and welcome to today's video. Today I am starting a vlog for the 24 in 48 boss battle. So if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say boss battle, check out the link below for the Avengers Initiative Reading Challenge announcement video, and that's going to give you all of the information to kind of explain what I'm talking about. So my TBR originally was a little bit different than what it is now because of how I wanted to use benefits on my character boards. I changed up a lot of things, so I ended up now one of the benefits is hinging on what the last book you read was. So I had to choose the last book I finish very carefully. Okay, so the main book that the biggest book that I need to read, and I have to finish this book last to be able to use the rewards how I wanted to use them, is All the Bright Places by Never DNF. So this is the main book. It's 388 pages. So we'll see. I don't know how I'm gonna like it, but it is a contemporary, so even if I don't like it that much, or even if it's, you know, not my favorite book, it should be easy to complete because it is a contemporary. It's a YA contemporary, and it is older, and came out back in 2015. So if I read 500 pages total and I complete this book last, then I will be able to count it for 2 different character words and be able to complete 4 prompts instead of just 2. So I really want to be able to do that. Other things are you get a reward for participation, you get a reward for 5 hours of reading, you get a reward for 10 hours of reading, and you get a reward for 500 pages read. And this is the reward for 500 pages read. That's why I need to read this book, and it wasn't originally on my TBR, but that's why I have to try to finish this last. So I will start this first, probably, to see how it feels, get a feel for the pacing. So I might start this early in the day, or early in the readathon. I might start it today. I probably will start it today and then break it up with the other books. Maybe. I don't really know 100% for sure. All I know is I can't read the last bit until the very end of the readathon. My original TBR books are still here, and I'm still gonna take them with me throughout the day today, and have them on hand for tomorrow, and I will try to fit these in as well additionally, because I do need to read at least another 20 pages on top of this, but to be able to get all of the benefits. But one of those things that I can do is literally if I just read this one, that is As the Man Thinketh by James Allen. It's 52 pages. So I definitely can complete everything if I just finish these 2 books, and I can get things how I want them. However, I would also like to try to read Mooncakes by Wendy Zhu and Suzanne Walker. I could be pronouncing her last name wrong. It could be Shu, could be Zhu, could be Zhu, could be Shu, could be Zhao. Actually, it's probably not Zhao because that's usually Ao. But anyways, I would like to read this today as well. It is a graphic novel, so it is likely that I can at least try to fit it in as well. So that's the main plan here. If I were to complete all of this and have more room to read, then I will pick up Have You Heard a Door Every Heart a Doorway by Shannon McGuire. It's short. I don't plan on trying to finish this during the actual readathon, but if I ended up with like a good amount of time and if I fly through the other books, then I'll read this to fill the extra time before I finish this, and I'll save the last chapter of this until the very end of the readathon. That's my game plan. It's kind of a weird game plan for a readathon because of the weird decision that we made for that reward, but I really liked the idea. I was like, we need to do something where you can use a book on another board. And honestly, I was kind of selfish in that because I know that I want to use some of the books that I've read on multiple boards. So I wanted to include benefits for that because I know that I want to do it. So hopefully other people are like me in that desire. So that's why I kind of wanted to do the benefit that way, but I'm glad that the other people were like, yeah, that's a good idea, I like it. So yay that. I just know that it's like really helpful if you have a book that you've already read and you realized that it could count for another prompt, and you can actually count it now. That's how I am. So yeah, okay. I'm gonna go and finish getting ready to go to work. I just need to get my drink ready so that I'm all good to go. I think I'm gonna take my glasses with me, or take my contacts with me just in case I get tired, because these are new glasses and I'm trying to let my eyes adjust to them, but I may get frustrated throughout the day because I don't usually wear glasses all day, so I may want to switch to my contacts. So I'm going to take them with me. And also we have our Valentine's party today for the kids, so I'll try to include some things of that without the kids in it because I'm not posting somebody else's child on the internet. But like I might show you like me putting some stuff together, or maybe show you some of their artwork when they color or something like that. So I'll try to include little bits from that throughout the day because it'll be a fun time. I'm excited. Alright, I'm gonna go. That's why I decided to wear my pink sweater today. But anyways, I'm gonna go and get ready for work, and I'll see you guys later. I have things to tell you guys. First of all, ignore my psoriasis. That's just a part of my life, apparently, because I'm never going to apparently get my medication at this rate. So, the thing is, I barely got to read today. As in, I read a little over 20 pages. And the reason is because, as you saw, it was a Valentine's Day party at school for the kids. So we did a lot of festive things and stuff like that. So I was working on stuff for that. So then we got to nap time, and I spent the first half hour trying to get a child to stop crying for no reason. So basically, the time that I would normally work on reading or work on other things, like for myself, was eaten up by actually having to work with a kid. So we had a lot of fun. And I also had the issue of trying to figure out what tracking system I could use for this readathon, because I didn't really know how to track it, since we have both page count challenges and time challenges, and I didn't have really like a way to track it. I don't know, I just never tracked any readathon based on how much time I spend reading. Just because it never has worked that way for me. So trying to figure that out was a struggle, and eventually I just scrapped everything and decided to try to do it on paper. So no spreadsheet this time, which is kind of annoying because I prefer having a spreadsheet to do math equations and things like that, but I didn't have time to put it together and I gave up. So I just did a spread in my bullet journal where I will be tracking. Normally I would track different things than what I am this time around, but this time I'm kind of using it as like an alternative version of doing a spreadsheet on one side of it. The other side is more like info, and it's different. It's just different than I normally would do it, but it's fine. So basically, I have read 20 pages. I need to read 500. I read 30 minutes, and I need to read 10 hours. I have feelings, y'all. I don't know if I should try to continue with All the Right Places for now, or if I should switch to something else for a while, because here's the deal, I don't like it. 10 pages in, I was already like, oh crap, this is Things I'm Seeing Without You all over again. I was like, no, I do not want to relive that book. That was a 1-star book from me from last year. I think it was last year that I read it anyway. Was it the last year or the year before that I read it? And it was a 1-star. And it dealt with like grief and loss and things like that, but in a very horrible way. The writing was terrible. It was like somebody who was trying to write like a teenager, but nothing they wrote actually felt like a teenager, because it was like they were trying to be all relatable, but they were really just being problematic and painful and cringy. And look, this was written in 2015, but it's already been so much more problematic. So I don't know about this book, y'all. I don't know if I'm going to be able to push through it and not ruin my day, because I don't want to ruin my day tomorrow. Like, I don't want to have a terrible day because I'm reading a terrible book. But I am not the kind of person to DNF. So I'll put a book down and try to come back to it later. That's just what I always end up doing. So, like, for me, I'm just trying to figure out the best route. I was trying to think of the word route. The word path kept like forcing itself in the way so that the word route couldn't come to my mind. So I was looking for the word route. I'm trying to figure out the route that I need to go for the readathon. What I do know is that I need to read some before I go to sleep. If I don't read a lot, I at least need to read some before I try to go to bed. I have kind of gotten a bit of a second wind since getting home from my sister's and her husband's to watch WandaVision. So, quick rundown of the day. I went to work. I got off work. I went further away from my house to get my nail fill. We tried a different color. We did the nude instead of the pink. I like it. I like both. It's definitely lighter. The nude is lighter in opacity, so it looks a lot more white than like a strong of an ombre. It's a softer ombre. After I got my nail fill, I went to my sister's and we watched the new episode of WandaVision, which has been kind of our routine, is on Fridays or Saturdays I'll go over there and watch the new episode. So I went and watched that and a couple episodes of Phineas and Ferb to cleanse the palate, because you can't just go to sleep after watching an episode of WandaVision. It weighs too heavily on the brain, and you can't just go to sleep, because then you're just going to be sitting there and trying to figure things out. So we watched some Phineas and Ferb, and then I came here. My original plan at that point was, I'm falling asleep watching this episode, it's time to go to bed. I got home and I feel a second wind, and I feel like I could push through and at least read a good chunk if I tried. If not, stay up all night. I feel like at the moment, like I could do an all-nighter, but I don't know for sure if that feeling is going to stay. TBD. I think if I try to do read out loud to myself for All the Bright Places, that might help, because sometimes that helps me to get past some of the cringy stuff, to get further into the book, to connect a little bit more with it, and to stay focused and not stop as often. So we will see. It may or may not help, but I will try it and I will report back in a while once more reading has been done and see how it goes. But at the moment, it's very likely that if I continue reading this book, that this will become a reading a 1-star book vlog. So just a quick note, I just finished the second chapter, which is in Violet's perspective, and way better, like very much more readable. So I think the issue is going to be that I'm going to hate Finch's chapters, and Violet's chapters will be okay, or maybe even enjoyable. So we'll see. But at the moment, Violet's chapter was fine, and Finch's chapter was DNF worthy, so we'll report back. Stopped in the middle of reading and said out loud, I actually hate it. Because I hate it. It's so freaking tropey in the most disgusting way. Like, it's like making high school out to be like the most ridiculously over the top version of what you see in the movies type of, like, the way that you see bullying done in, like, 80s movies. Like, but worse. It's like the more extreme version, over the top, even more than an 80s movie. Yeah. And I'm only 30 pages in, so yeah. The sweetest sweet boy. The sweetest sweet boy in Sweet Boy Town. Oh my goodness. Hero. See, I never roll this way unless it's the first thing in the morning. And I'm very sleepy. And I will do this so that I can get pets. Morning, it is 7:21. I fell asleep around, it was after 2, a little bit after 2 at least. So let's see, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 4, 6. So I had 5 hours of sleep. I kind of woke up at 5 and I thought about getting up, but then I did end up going back to sleep. But part of the reason that I was okay with going back to sleep is because I am doing the end of the Readathon. What do you say? I am doing the end of the Readathon sprints. So I'm okay with the fact that I went back to sleep because I need to be awake until 11 my time. And I'm an early sleeper, like an early go to sleep and early rise person. So I'm okay with the fact that I went back to sleep to try to help with that aspect of my life. So let me find my A-Tracker app because that's what I'm using. And I got out of the habit of using this app for other things, but I used to use it to track, like, everything, bro. Everything. So I'm just going to move it to the bottom of my home screen here so I can get to it quickly when I'm trying to do stuff for this the rest of today. For this readathon, because I'm tracking my, basically I'm tracking my time spent on each book. So I'm going to go to report and I'm going to hit 7 days, the last 7 days, and I haven't been using the app, so it will only have that, so I don't have to select a specific range or spending time doing that. So my total time read so far is 1 hour and 32 minutes. And all of that has been reading all the right places. And I'm on page 57. So I'm averaging about 1.5 minutes per page, which is not the best. I know I'm a slow reader. I know I also have been getting distracted so far in my reading process, and I don't pause this like as often as I probably need to when I'm trying to like pause to write annotation things and stuff like that, because I do annotate my books. So it's fair, it's fine, it's good, it's what it is. I accept the fact that I'm a slow reader. It's fine. But the problem is that I need to read 10 hours today. Alexa, how many hours until 11 p.m.?
11 p.m. is in 15 hours and 35 minutes.
Right, thanks.
You're welcome.
So I got 15 hours in the readathon left, and I need to read 10 of them. Now, I don't know for sure how other people are tracking those hours, if they're doing an audiobook, if they're counting it as the length of hours of the audiobook, or if they're counting it as the hours they spent reading it. Because if you do the length of hours but you listen to it at 2 times speed, then you're not actually reading for 10 hours. You're reading for probably half the time, because you're listening at 2 times speed to all your audiobooks. If it's a 5-hour audiobook and you listen to it at 2 times speed, you only listened for 2.5 hours. You see? So I don't know how other people are tracking that. I might drop a message in the sprints just to ask other people in general what they're doing, just out of curiosity. But my plan is, I think I'm going to try to get to page 100 of this first, and then I might pop over and knock this out real quick. So try to knock out to page 100 in all the right places, and then switch over to As the Man Thinketh and try to read that, or at least start it, because it's only 50 something pages. So even if I just finish all the right places and this today, then I will be able to get the 500 pages reward. So I need to at least try to finish these 2 books today, to at least get that reward, because I know I really want that reward. I would like all of the rewards, of course, but realistically, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it off. So we shall see. But the main focus is the 500 page reward and a 5-hour reward. We will worry about the 10-hour reward more down the road. So for some reason my back randomly started hurting as I was pacing and reading to myself out loud, so I migrated back into my room. Sam has been chilling right there ever since he had his morning go potty and breakfast run. He came right back there. I am on 78, so progress has been made, but I still have progress yet to make. So back to it. It's taking me 3 hours in total reading time to hit the 100-page mark in this book. I need to focus. Obviously, I need to focus. Yeah, it is currently 9:30. My back still hurts. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to go ahead and take a bath and see if the hot water helps, because I tried. I don't know, it's weird. It's like I have pulled something or something, but I couldn't have pulled something because I was asleep. I got up, and in the middle of me just pacing, it started hurting. So, I don't know what I did. But part of me kind of wants to take a bath anyway. And it's a perfectly valid excuse, obviously, so. To be determined. In the meantime, I'm going to take a break from this and switch over to try to knock out As a Man Thinketh real quick. See how fast I can knock out that book so that I can get some progress made and feel a little bit better about my slow pace on this so far. We are in the middle of a sprint session. I joined Brianna's sprint session on her channel, and I just finished my first book of the Readathon, which is As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. And this copy is showing at 53 pages, but the copy on Goodreads is showing at 80 pages. That came up. I couldn't find this exact copy. I don't know. So I think I'm just gonna still count it as 53 pages, because even then I will still be able to complete it if I complete this book. So that is that. It took me 49 minutes in this, and that puts my time total at 3 hours and 44 minutes, my page total at 156 pages, and still going. So let's see if we can do it. So my back is still hurting quite a bit. We finished the sprints. I read 176 pages so far in the readathon, and I have read 4 hours and 9 minutes. So my plan is to take a break to figure out some lunch situation of some kind, and then I think I'm gonna take a hot bath, and see if that helps my back. I may need to take some naproxen sodium or something, because it's like bad. I don't know why. I don't know what I did. Like, I was just, it wasn't when I first woke up that it was hurting, so I don't know what I did. But see if I can relieve that with some warm water and a bath bomb. But first I'm gonna plan a lunch situation and then get back to reading, because here's where we are right now in book, and I want to get to the halfway point as soon as I can. So let's see. Alexa, 388 divided by 2.
380 divided by 2 is 190.
Okay, so I want to get to about almost 200 pages in, is my goal, which is not far from where I'm at, because I'm at 125. So if I can get to that halfway point in this, I really talk about my thoughts of As a Man Thinketh. As a Man Thinketh was really good. Really, really good, actually. When we were on the sprints, Christine said that there is a kind of a parody or a spoof or a spinoff called As a Dog Thinketh, and now I really need to get that and read it at some point, because it sounds great. Love it. But yeah, so as far as this goes, thoughts, it's gotten better in some ways, but there are still really terrible comments and painful lines and things that are just so insensitive, so tactless, and cringy in every way, and I hate that. I hate that a lot, but we shall see if the arc of the characters shows an arc in that element as well, because here's the thing, it's like the comments aren't coming singularly from one character or another. I really talk about my thoughts of As a Man Thinketh. As a Man Thinketh was really good. Really, really good, actually. When we were on the sprints, Christine said that there is a kind of a parody or a spoof or a spinoff called As a Dog Thinketh, and now I really need to get that and read it at some point, because it sounds great. Love it. But yeah, so as far as this goes, thoughts, it's gotten better in some ways, but there are still really terrible comments and painful lines and things that are just so insensitive, so tactless, and cringy in every way, and I hate that. I hate that a lot, but we shall see if the arc of the characters shows an arc in that element as well, because here's the thing. It's like the comments aren't coming singularly from one character or another. I have 6 more hours of reading to do and 10 more hours of readathon to do it in. So, update. I'm back from my bath. My back still hurts, but it did feel better while I was in the bath at least. So, at least I got relief for a while. But it does still hurt, so that sucks. But I made a little bit of progress. I'm now on page 142, I think it was. In all the right places. And I have feelings because I started this book thinking I was gonna DNF the book after just 10 pages. But now I kind of like the character that I hated. And I think he's cute in a way because he bought her books and they bought books together and he's trying to help her, but he's so messed up at the same time that like I don't know, dude. I'm very conflicted by this book. I can see in some ways why people liked it when it first came out, but at the same time, even in 2015, some of the stuff would not have been like ignorable, much less now. So I just don't know what to do with myself because I'm enjoying the book now, but I can't just ignore the fact that it started out problematic and I just don't know anymore. Like part of me is like I'm enjoying the book, but the other part of me is like, but it's problematic. So I don't know. At this point, I'm at least minimum thinking that it's at least 3 stars, which is insane considering I almost DNFed it at 10 pages in. So, I don't know. Okay, so it's been a little bit. It's 3:45 p.m. My back still hurts, but I'm surviving. I straightened up my room despite the pain because I just needed to, and I vacuumed. So yay me for doing something productive despite my struggles. I have exciting news. I've hit the 5-hour mark and I've hit 244 pages. So I am almost exactly halfway through the page count I need and almost exactly halfway through the what do you call time count, the time things that I need. And I'm at the halfway point of the book that I'm currently reading. So it dawned on me that I'm stupid, and my brain said that all I needed to read was this, and as a man thinketh, but I actually do need to read something else, at least 100 pages of something else ish about, let's see, Alexa, 388 plus 53.
388 plus 53 is 441.
So I need to read like 40 pages of something else too, additionally. So, that being the case, I kind of want to take a break at the moment. Alexa, how many hours until 11 p.m.?
11 p.m. is in 7 hours and 12 minutes.
Okay. So I have 7 hours left to pull from. So I have 2 hours worth of time that I can spend not reading if I also am able to hit the page count number. So what I think I'm gonna do is take a few minutes break and watch a YouTube video or two, and then I will decide if I want to try to read some more of this first, or if I want to pick up Mooncakes and try to read some of that. Undecided. But I'm gonna grab that and bring that over here so that it's nearby in the case that I decide to read it. But that is where I'm at. So in total, I've read 5 hours and 15 minutes, 244 pages, completed a book and a half. So that's where we're at. We shall see if I can pull this off. Oh. All right, so I am running sprints, and we have friends popping in saying hi. Ilson, Brianna, Jessica, all the friends. Yeah. So we are doing reading sprints. I am shook, y'all. This book is blowing my mind. I don't even know what to think anymore about this book, other than the fact that I've been contemplating whether it needs to switch to being a 4 or 5 stars. But then now something has just gone down, and I have so many feelings. Dude, I really hope she didn't do what I think she just did. But if it is what I think she just did, then my heart is destroyed and my feelings, and I don't know what to think, and I don't know, dude. I don't know. So I am currently at 7 hours, 49 minutes. I need to get back to reading because we're coming into the end stretch here. And so I need to get my time in. But basically, I just have a lot of freaking stress over this book right now. And I need to start Mooncakes. A lot is happening.
52 plus 338 is 390.
390 pages is where I'm at right now. So I am getting close. Y'all, I'm getting close. Can I do it? Hi! It's a lot later because I was doing sprints and I ended out the readathon. So, yeah. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Hang on. Okay, the first book that I finished was As a Man Thinketh by James Allen, 53 pages. The second book that I completed was Mooncakes by Wendy Zhu and Suzanne Walker. 255 pages. The third and final book I completed was All the Bright Places by Jennifer Nevin. 380 pages. That is my stack of completed books. And guess what? That means I read a total of 696 pages. And on top of that, I completed the 5 hours, but I also completed the 10 hours because what I did was when I finished All the Bright Places, instead of trying to start another book to finish out the 10 hours, I actually decided that I would work on some of the center prompts for some of my characters that I needed to do research for. So I pulled up a couple of articles and read those to complete center prompts for Shuri's board and Rhodey's board. I read 2 different articles about, one was about Kimberly Crenshaw. I don't know why I wanted to say McShaw. I don't know. I knew it was Crenshaw. I could see it. I just couldn't say it. Kimberly Crenshaw. And then the other one. And then the other one was about intersectionality of disability and race. So that's what I read about in the extra time that I had instead of starting my next book. I am still going to start Every Heart a Doorway next, because if I complete this then very quickly, then I can get 100% on schedule again for my reading challenge on Goodreads, but also because I need a break from contemporary so that I don't hit burnout. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you have a great rest of your day or night, whatever time it is for you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and become a part of the Bear Scouts, and I will see you soon with another video. Peace out, Bear Scouts.
Look for the bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your stress. I mean a bare necessities. That's why a bear can rest at ease with just the bare necessities of life. Yeah, with just the bare necessities of life.